Hello everyone, welcome back to IGT, that is Introduction to Graph Theory. This is lecture number 36. In lecture number 35, I did Euler's formula, that was for a connected plane graph. You have formula is n minus e plus f is equal to 2. So this is the relation that holds for a connected planar graph, correct? Where n is the number of vertices, e is the number of edges, and f is the number of faces. When this planar graph, this also holds for connected planar for a planar graph. When this planar graph is drawn in as a plane graph, then you can just have some faces, correct? Now come to a maximum planar graph. Now some graphs are planar, some graphs are not planar. So if some graph is planar, then you can redraw this as a plane graph, correct? So like K4 we can redraw like this one, correct? So this graph we can draw like this one, correct? So then we can use the properties of planar, correct? So all the properties of planar graph holds for this one. If a graph is not planar, that is, that cannot be redrawn this graph as a plane graph, or you can just say that does not exist any planar embedding, correct? In that sense, we can find some subgraph which is maximum planar part of that one, okay? That is maximal planar graph, okay? And what do you understand by that? Here maximal planar graph definition is maximal planar graph is a simple planar graph. It will be obviously simple planar, there will be no loop, no multi-edge, so it will be a simple planar graph that is not the spanning subgraph of any other planar graph, okay? That is not the spanning subgraph of any other planar graph, that is, there does not exist any other planar graph with the same vertices of this graph and edges will be more than this one, okay? There does not exist any such graph, so that will be the maximal planar graph. So by this reason, FG is a maximal planar graph, then we cannot add any edge and make it then the graph will be planar, will remain planar after adding the edges, okay? So obviously the maximum edges had been added to this one so that it is planar, and if we add one more edge then it will become the non-planar, that is the maximal planar graph, okay? So some example based on this one, as we have K5 as the planar non-planar graph, correct? So we have proved by two ways. So K5 is a non-planar graph, correct? So K5, if I remove one edge from K5, that is, I am just considering this G1 graph, okay? So here two edges and here this one. So and here is last edge. So I am just removing this green edge. So here I have just removed. So now it is planar graph. We can redraw this graph as K5, so it is the C5 part, then this one, correct? And these pink edges will be kind of this one and this one. Now it is a planar embedding of this one. This is the plane part of the above graph, that is K5 minus some edge, correct? So here this edge is not there, this edge is not there, okay? So here planar graph, this is the plane part of this one, planar embedding. So this divides this plane in how many parts? So one is outside, correct? F1 face, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, correct? So it is dividing the plane into 6 parts, correct? Or you can just say 6 faces. One is unbounded, the other 5 are bounded, correct? Now is it maximal? Yes, it is maximal, because if we add some more edge, so one more edge can be added. Otherwise, if we add this one and this one, this edge can be added, and which is non-planar. So if we are adding just one edge and this becomes a non-planar, that planar graph will be maximal planar graph. Maximality holds, correct? So this is the maximal planar graph. No more edges can be added to for graph to remain planar, correct? So now we can use the planar property for plane graph property for this graph, correct? So that's why we are just studying this. Okay, that is what is the maximal planar graph in a planar graph, in a non-planar graph. Okay, so in a planar graph, maximal planar graph will be the graph itself. For example, you have K4 here. What is the maximal planar graph? This itself, correct? Because this is the planar graph, correct? And no more edges can be added here, correct? So this is the planar and no more edges can be added. And if you are adding some more edges, that will be making it as multigraph. Okay, but we don't want any multigraph or pseudograph. That is simple graph, it should be there. Okay, what about C5? C5 is planar. Yes, planar. Is it maximal planar? No, it is not maximal planar, because it is the spanning subgraph of this graph, which is planar. It is also spanning subgraph of this graph, which is planar, correct? This one, then it is also spanning subgraph of this graph, which is planar. It is also spanning subgraph of this graph, which is planar, correct? And if we add one more edge to this graph, that is this edge, or you can just go like this, then it will be having some crossing over here or inside part, then it will no, and this graph will no more a planar graph, correct? So now this graph is maximal planar. Okay, C5 is not, or any of intermediate graph are not. So this graph is maximal planar. Okay, also not P5 is planar graph. So you can just say K5 minus E is planar, and all the planar maximal planar, you can just say, and K4 is maximal planar. All the planar graphs to which we cannot add any edge to make it large graph. Okay, and the graph will be planar. Okay, we cannot do that. So that will be maximal planar. I hope you got this. So here if we are adding this edge, so here I just discussed to G1, we are getting K5, which is not planar. That's why this graph is maximal planar graph. Now come to triangulation. What do you understand by triangulation? Triangulation is a simple plane graph. Again, it will be simple plane. So it was a simple planar graph, maximal planar, but here it is simple plane. It is already drawn in a plane graph, as a plane graph. Okay, so it is the simple plane graph where every face boundary is a 3 cycle. Okay, or you can just say length of face boundary will be 3. Okay, because length of face boundary is 3 is possible only when C3 is there. Okay, so again this is a triangulation of a graph is a simple plane graph where every face boundary is a 3 cycle. Every face boundary is C3. Okay, so for example this K4 is triangulation. So triangulation of K4 is this one. Okay, and if you draw this one, so this is not a planar embedding of this planar graph K4, but this is planar embedding, and this also forms triangulation. Okay, how this is forming a triangulation for K4? Here we have how many faces? One is outside, F1, correct? So F1 outside, F2, F3, F4, correct? So for F1 this is the boundary, correct? For F2 this is the boundary, which is C3. For F3 this is the boundary C3. This for F4, this is the boundary. So for all the faces we have C3 as the boundary. Okay, that's why this graph is, this planar embedding is triangulation. Okay. Now this is also triangulation, G1 triangulation for this graph. Okay, we have drawn in plane such as every face boundary is C3. Okay, so this one, so here outer face is having this one and this one boundary, which is C3, and inner face also C3, C3 and C3, correct? And this one is also C3 and this one is also C3. So all the faces are C3. Okay, or you can redraw this graph like it is directly looking as triangulation of this graph as this one, correct? So how to draw this one? So you can just draw this one. So that is this one. Okay, then it will be or you can just draw this part over here, correct? So this part I'm just drawing this one. So again it is this part, I'm just drawing this one, then this part I'm just drawing this one. Okay, and this part I am drawing as this one. Okay, and this part I am drawing as this one. Okay, so this part I am drawing as this one. Okay, now this edge and this edge, this will be this edge and this edge. Okay, so here I have just drawn, and here also this is K5 minus E. Okay, one edge, K5 minus one edge, K5 minus UV you can just say, or you can just count the number of vertices and edges. And here we have only you can just say how many vertices with degree 4. So this is degree 4, this is degree 4, here degree 3, here degree 4, here degree 3. So we have 2 vertices with degree 3. So here also 2 vertices with degree 3, and other 3 are with degree 4, correct? So this is done, correct? So this is the triangulation part of this K5 minus 1 edge. Okay, now it seems like maximal planar graph, that is a simple planar graph, so that no more edges cannot be added to that graph, so that the graph will remain the planar, correct? And this triangulation part is kind of same. Okay, so here we have some proposition based on this one. For a simple graph, simple plane graph, this following are equivalent. Whenever you find T, F, A, E means the following are equivalent, or simply F, A, E means following are equivalent. Okay. So this is a simple graph, simple plane graph of order n, and following are equivalent. First is G has 3n minus 6 edges. G has 3n minus 6 edges. That is E is equal to number of edges, and which is 3n minus 6. G is a triangulation. Second is G is a triangulation. Third is G is a maximal plane graph. Here G is a maximal plane graph. Okay, here it was maximal planar graph, and if you draw this as a plane part, then it will be maximal plane graph. Okay, so this is same as this one. Okay, triangulation. So maximal plane graph is only the triangulation that I discussed. Okay, yeah, whenever you have G has, so first I will be proving A by implies B, and then one of these implies the third one, by implication third one. So B by implication C. So first come to A by implies B, that is A if and only if B. So A has G has 3n minus 6 edges. So when it is possible, while doing the proposition, we have done this one. E was less than equal to 3n minus 6. It was coming as this one. When it was this one, whenever length of face is greater than equal to 3. But it will be, if it will be equal to 3, then it will be equality. Okay. That's why length of every face is 3. That's why it is G is a triangulation. Or you can just give this argument. This number of edges are given as 3n minus 6. So you can, as this is simple plane graph, so you can use the Euler's formula in this graph. Okay, just put this equation, put this in this equation. You are getting 2e is equal to 3f. Okay, and we know that 2e is equal to the summation of length of faces. Okay, and will be equal to 3f, and this is only possible if and only if all the faces have C3. Okay, C3 as a boundary. Okay, so you can just say which is possible if and only if you have 3 cycle, and whenever you have 3 cycle means G is a triangulation. Okay, so I think this is done. This is more of mathematical way I have just wrote. So here only you need to just conclude from here to here. This is the tricky part. Okay, so from here this summation is equal to 3f if and only if you have all the faces are 3 cycle. Okay, or you can just say all the faces have C3 as a boundary. Okay, and when this all the faces are 3 cycle, then G is a triangulation. Done. Next is we have just proved A by implication B. Now we will be proving B by implication C. Okay, so B by implication C, G is a triangulation if and only if G is a maximal plane graph. Correct. Now when you say maximal plane graph, if there is no way to add any edge such that the graph is maximal plane graph. Okay, we get the larger part and still it is maximal plane graph, still it is plane graph. Correct. So the similar way, if we are adding some edge, then length of face will be greater than 3. Correct, and then we can add this edge and get a larger simple graph, and this is not happening in this maximal plane graph, then it will be always a triangulation. Or you can just say there is a face with length at least 4, or you can just say greater than 3 if and only if we are able to add some edge to G and obtain a larger simple plane graph. Only then it will be possible. Otherwise it is not possible. Means this is not possible in this way, because here we are having all the faces are with 3 length. So then no edges can be added and the graph is maximal plane graph. Okay, so here completes the theory part. Now come to exercise of 6.1. Okay, so question number 1, you have to prove or disprove every subgraph of a planar graph is planar. So is it true? Obviously it is true, because if you delete some vertices, then obviously it will be not adding any crossing. Correct, and if you delete any edges, then it will be also not adding any crossing. So deleting subgraph we can just get by deleting some vertices or edges. So as we have deletion of these edges or vertices doesn't introduce any edge crossing, that's why every subgraph becomes planar. Okay, so it's already drawn in a plane, you can say it's already planar, then we cannot make this non-planar by deleting edges or vertices. That's why every subgraph is planar. Okay, next is every subgraph of a non-planar graph is non-planar. So this may not be true. So answer is false. You can just have K5, and if you K5 is non-planar, and if you are deleting just one as K5 minus E, and that we just show that this was the maximal planar graph, correct? So this is a planar graph. And also if you delete more edges, or you can just say if you delete as much as edges, you are getting K4. So K4 is also the subgraph of K5, and here K5 is non-planar, but K4 is planar. So every subgraph may not be non-planar for a non-planar graph, correct? So this statement is false, but this every subgraph of a planar graph will be planar, and non-planar may some subgraph of non-planar graph may be planar. Okay. Now come to question number 2. Show that the graph formed by deleting one edge from K5 and K33 are planar. So K5 minus one edge, so this edge, so this was the K5, and I have just removed this edge. So this pink one, I am getting this graph K5 minus one edge, and this graph is planar as we have already shown. Okay, and if you want to draw the planar embedding for this graph K5 minus E, then it will be looking like this one that we have already done. Okay, now what about K33 minus one edge? So K33 will be this graph. Okay, and if you delete this pink line, then you will be getting K33 minus one edge. So you can remove any one edge. Okay, then this graph you can draw like this. Okay, and which is the plane graph of this one, or you can just say planar embedding. So here this one I am just drawing like this, then this one I am drawing like this, then this one by twisting you can draw here, and this one is this one, and what about this one? This one is this one. Okay, so if you check it, these are isomorphic. Okay, or you can draw this graph as this one also. Okay, so for example you are just drawing like this. So here you have this one, then this one is the K33 part. Okay, so here how many vertices? 1 2 3 4 5 6, and it should be two vertices with these two vertices which are non-adjacent, and this should be with 2 degree. Okay, and here we have two vertices with 2 degree, and every other vertices are adjacent and with 3 degree. So all other vertices, that is this one, this one, this one, and this one, these are with 3 degree, and these are these vertices, correct? So these vertices, and this pink one, or you can just say here I just drawn as green one, these vertices are this one. So you can redraw this K33 minus E as this graph. So I think this is clear now. So this is the planar embedding, or you can just say plane part of that K33 minus E, and also we have drawn this the same for K5 minus E. Okay. Now come to prove or disprove. If a plane graph has a cut vertex, then its dual also has a cut vertex. So the answer is H may be false. For example, you can consider any tree with some cut vertices. So if you are just considering any tree with cut vertex, so here this is the cut vertex. So this vertex is the cut vertex. So this is, you can just say P3, correct? So here P3. What is the P3 star? That is the dual of this graph will be, there is one face in P3. So this face will be, this unbounded face will be becoming as vertex of P3 star of its dual. And also whenever you are starting with any graph, you can just say it as primal, and P star, that is dual, you can obtain by the definition whatever we have done. That is, faces will be corresponding to vertices of dual, faces of primal, that is this starting graph, will be corresponding to vertices of this one, and edges will be corresponding to whenever an edge has two faces on both sides, then in primal, then it will be there will be one edge joining these vertices corresponding to these faces, correct. So here this x become this x, correct, this face becomes the vertex, and this edge is, you can just, yeah, now this edge is even, and it will be even star, because here also we have x, here also we have x, so this will be x to x, that will become a loop, correct. Anyway, every cut edge becomes the loop, okay. So here it will be loop, okay, and same for this one, so this will be also loop, okay. So here it will be loop. So two loops, P3 is with two loops, correct. So how many faces? Faces should be 3 corresponding to the vertices of this one, correct. So here a number of vertices in P3 or in primal will be equal to number of faces in its dual, and number of faces in primal will be equal to number of vertices in dual, and number of edges will be same as number of edges. So here edges will be remaining same, 2 2, and vertex 3 becomes face here, so that is A, B and C. So C is the unbounded, A, B are bounded by these loops, correct. So here we are just getting 3 faces and 3 here corresponding to 3 vertices, correct, and here one face, so corresponding one vertex we are getting, correct. So can you find any cut vertex here in the dual of this one? No, here we have this one is cut vertex, but here x is not cut vertex. So here just one vertex is present, which is not the cut vertex. So the statement is false, and this is happening in all the trees, okay. Whenever you are taking Pn, so there will be n minus 1 edges. So n minus 1 edges will be corresponding to n minus 1 edges, and n vertices will become n face, correct. And here you have one face will become one vertex, correct. So one vertex, and here will be n minus 1 loops, okay, because every loop is cut edge. So every edge is cut edge, that will be becoming to loop, okay, in dual of that tree, okay. So these are n minus 1, and how many faces? One is outside and n minus 1 inside these loops, okay. So here 1 2 3 and so on up to n minus 1, and one nth face is outside, that is corresponding to the vertices of the primal, okay. So so this statement is false. Even if the plane graph has, contains cut vertex, then its dual may not, okay. Yeah, whenever you have some disconnected plane graph, then the dual may have some cut vertices, okay. That you can have some example and check that, okay. Now come to this was question number 5. Now come to question number 8. Prove that every simple planar graph. So this planar was the word, so I forgot this one. And when I remember, then I added it, okay. So prove that every simple planar graph has a vertex of degree at most 5, okay. So this should happen for every simple planar graph has a vertex, there will be at least one vertex, okay, of degree at most 4. So degree of, there will exist some vertex v such that degree of v is at most 5, okay. It can be less than 5 or it can be equal to 5. So this statement we need to prove, and G is given as simple planar graph, okay. So this I will be proving by contradiction. Suppose this statement is not true, that is negation of this statement, then it will be the given statement is, to prove you have to You have to prove that there exists a vertex or there is some vertex with degree at most 5. So suppose to prove you have this one, there exists some V belongs to Vg of vertex set of G such that degree will be at most 5. Suppose this is not true. This is not true means negation of V, degree of V at most 5 is not true. That is the negation of this part. Okay, so yeah, here negation of V and this is degree of V is at most 5. This we want to prove. And if you take the negation outside, then it will be going into inside the there exist. Correct? This is the quantifiers, and this we have done in discrete mathematics. Correct? For all V, that will be negation of this one. Correct? For all V, that is negation of there exist will be equivalent to for all negation. Correct? For all X, negation. Correct? So this was the result. Correct? And you can also verify that. So for all V, negation of this statement, degree will be at most 5, and negation of this one is degree is not at most 5. So that should be greater than 5. Correct? So that is not less than or equal to 5. Okay? So this will be for all V, for all vertex, degree will be, you are just taking strictly greater than 5, or you can just say greater than equal to 6. Okay? So here I have just discussed whatever is there. So suppose not, that is this statement is not true, then every vertex is having degree at least 6. So whenever degree is at least 6, and if you take the summation of all the degree of all the vertices, then you are just getting summation of degree is greater than equal to 6n, because n is the order of the graph, or you can just say number of vertices, then you are getting this summation. Okay, degree of one vertex is greater than equal to 6, so summation of degree of n vertices will be greater than equal to 6 into n. So 6 will be added up to n times, so it will be giving you this expression. Correct? And we know that by degree sum formula, this is equal to 2 into number of edges. Okay, so here m I have just replaced by e. Okay, and whenever you are finding m or e, these are same number of edges. Okay, okay, yeah. Here from here we are having this 6n is less than equal to 2e. So 6n is less than equal to 2e. Okay, and 2 got cancelled here, so we got 3n is less than equal to e, and this graph is given as simple planar graph. Correct? And for a simple planar graph, we have done that as will be number of edges will be less than equal to 3n minus 6. So if you put this expression in this one, then you are getting 3n less than equal to e less than equal to 3n minus 6. From here you are just getting 3n is less than equal to 3n minus 6. Is it possible for any n greater than equal to 1? So this is not possible at all. Correct? So this is not possible. So this is not possible in general, you can just say this may be, yeah, this is not possible because here we have 3n and here we have just subtracted. So which cannot be bigger than or equal. Correct? So which is not possible, that's why we are getting this contradiction in general. That is, this case cannot occur anyway. Okay? So whatever we have assumed is wrong, that is this statement we have wrong we have assumed, so this statement is wrong. So negation of this statement was wrong means to say the main statement is true. Means to say there is some vertex V with degree is at most 5. So every simple graph has at least one vertex of degree at most 5. So I think this is understood. If not, you can go back again and watch this. Okay? Yeah. Question number 9. Prove that every simple planar graph with fewer than 12 vertices, that is the order is strictly less than 12 vertices up to 11, has a vertex of degree at most 4. Okay? So every simple planar graph with order less than 12 has a vertex of degree at most 4. That is, degree should be less than equal to 4. Okay. So again I'll be proving this by contradiction. So suppose there exists such vertex. So so we have to just prove prove that there exists at least one vertex. Okay. So negation of this one will be every vertex of V has at least 5 degree, okay, which is greater than 4. Okay, that will be the negation of this one. Suppose negation of this one, correct. So for all vertices we have degree of V is greater than equal to 5. So that's what we are getting here. Now degree of V is greater than equal to 5. If you take the sum on all the vertices, that is n number of vertices, then it will be 5n. This will be 5n less than equal to summation of degrees, correct. So and summation of degrees, we know this is twice of E by using degree sum formula. So by using degree sum formula and the above expression, we are just getting 5n because 5 is being added n times, correct. So here less than equal to 2e, correct. So here as G is the simple planar graph, so we can use E is less than equal to 3n minus 6. So if you put this in place of E, then what you will be getting? If E is less than equal to 3n minus 6, then 2E will be less than equal to 2 into 3n minus 6. So here we are just getting 5n less than equal to 2e less than equal to 2 into this expression, correct. So from here we are just taking this one and this one, first and last. So from here we are getting 5n is less than equal to 6n minus 12. And is it possible when n is less than 12, strictly less than 12? This equality part is possible whenever you are having n is equal to 12. Okay, that is 5 into 12 it is 60, and 6 into 12 minus 12 it will be giving you 60. But n is not equal to 12, it is strictly less than 12. So this formula, or you can just say this expression, is not true whenever n is less than 12. So whenever n is less than 12, then this formula is, or you can just say this expression is not true. So whatever we have assumed is wrong. So we have assumed that for all vertices degree of V is greater than 4, correct. So this is there may be some vertices with the degree less than equal to 4, correct. So here is the result. So every simple planar graph with order less than 12 has a vertex of degree at most 4. So I think this is clear. So this is the same way for both graph. Here this is the question number 10. Prove or disprove there is no simple bipartite planar graph. There is no simple bipartite planar graph with minimum degree at least 4. Okay, that is, there is no simple bipartite planar graph with minimum degree at least 4. So this is true actually. And how to prove it? Again, I am just proving it by contradiction. Suppose this there exists some graph which satisfy all these properties. That is, there exists such graph. So there exists some simple bipartite planar graph with minimum degree at least 4. So whatever we have to show that does not exist. So we have just considered that suppose there exists a graph with these properties. Okay. So minimum degree here I am just denoting by del of G. Okay. And minimum degree, you know that a degree among the minimum degree which is minimum among all the degrees, correct. So if this is the minimum degree and all the vertices degree will be greater than equal to minimum degree, correct. So here we have minimum degree is at least 4. So obviously all the vertex degree will be at least 4. So for all vertices of G, degree of V is at least 4. So if you are just taking the summation over here on both sides, you are getting summation. If n is the order, then n vertex, so 4 will be added n times, correct. So it will be 4 into n, and this by degree sum formula you can just write 2 into e, correct? 2 into number of edges, that is 2 into size, correct? So here we are just getting 4n less than equal to 2e. Okay, and from here 2 got cancelled, so which in turn will give you 2n less than equal to e. Now we got this expression, correct? So we have one more given thing, that is we have assumed this is there exists a simple bipartite planar graph, and for a bipartite planar graph, whenever G is bipartite planar, so you have to add here bipartite planar, then G is triangle free, correct? Triangle free planar graph, and if triangle free planar graph, then we have done one graph, that is whenever G is, so G is first bipartite, then there is no odd cycle. No odd cycle means there is no C3, means to say this is triangle free. And for a triangle free planar graph, we have done that E will be, that is edge, number of edges will be less than equal to 2n minus 4. This we have done while doing E is also less than equal to 3n minus 6. We proved these two expression in one proposition only. Okay, so for a triangle free, this one was true, and for any planar graph, any connected planar graph, you can have this one is true, correct? So as this bipartite is triangle free, so we can use that expression here. So by using equation 1 and 2, we are getting 2n is less than equal to 2n minus 4, correct, from this equation and this equation. So which is not possible, because here we are having a greater quantity and here it is 4 less, correct? So which is not at all possible. That's why our assumption is not possible. So our assumption is wrong, that is that such graph is not exist. Okay, so there does not exist any graph G. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now there is one more question left, that is question number 3. So that I forgot to mention just after question number 2. Here determine all R and S such that K, R, S, that is a complete bipartite graph with partite set cardinality R and S is planar. So we need to find the values of R and S such that KRS is planar. We know the first non-planar graph in KRS, or you can just say first complete bipartite non-planar graph is K33. So whatever the graphs which are bigger than this one and which are complete bipartite and which are having this as a subgraph, which will be, those all graph will be non-planar. Okay, so whenever you have minimum of R and S K33, then that is minimum of KRS. So whenever you have this is 3, at least 3, this is at least 3, so both are at least 3, or you can just say yeah, both are at least 3, then you will be having K33 is the subgraph of this graph. Okay, K33 is the subgraph of this graph, and if K33 is planar, then this graph K33 is non-planar, so this graph is also non-planar, correct? So what should be the result? That in KRS, so one of them must be equal to less than equal to 2. Okay, so or you can just say minimum of them, whatever the minimum, which should be equal to less than equal to 2. Okay, so here KRS is planar if and only if minimum of R and S is less than equal to 2. And here whenever suppose R is running from 1 to 2 and S is any arbitrary, correct? So we got planar graph K1S and K2S, correct? So these are the planar graph. So K1S and K2S drawings I have mentioned here. So K1S is just one vertex and S vertex here, correct? So it will be S vertex. So obviously it is planar, and there is, you can draw this as without crossing, without edge crossing. So this is done, correct? What about K2S? In K2S there will be it is kind of K1S only, but in K1S we have kind of these are S vertices, correct? So in K2S we will be having two vertices in one parti set and S vertices in another parti set. So we can draw like this K2S. So this is also planar embedding of K2S, or you can just have this, okay, this way. So KRS is planar if and only if minimum of R and S, or you can just say one of them will be less than equal to 2, okay. And or you can just say this is non-planar, KRS is non-planar when minimum of R and S will be at least 3. Whenever this starts with 3, minimum of these, so K33 is non-planar, K34 is non-planar, K44 is non-planar, K310 is non-planar, because K33 is the part of this one, or you can just say subgraph, and which is non-planar. That's why supergraph or the graphs containing K33 all are non-planar. And one more result, whenever we have H is non-planar and H is the graph subgraph of any other graph, so this is non-planar, okay, this is non-planar and this is the subgraph of any other graph, so then this graph is also non-planar, okay. So this implies non-planar of subgraph means non-planarity of the graph which contains this subgraph, okay. Whenever you want to show any graph G as a non-planar, then try to find some K5 or K33 part of that, okay, or any of greater than this one. So what about K6? K6 is planar or not? Non-planar, because K5 is non-planar and K5 is contained in K6. So this is non-planar means this is also non-planar. We can't draw the planar embedding of smaller graphs, so we cannot also draw the planar embedding or plane part of K6 also. So likewise Kn is non-planar whenever n is at least 5. So this is all are non-planar, and KRS is non-planar whenever minimum of this R and S is at least 3, okay, then it is non-planar, okay. I hope this is clear. So here ends your 6th chapter. So I'll be coming up with 7th chapter very soon. So till then, just prepare for this. I hope you liked it. Bye bye. Take care.